Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent. Welcome back to XCOM 2. We're going into Operation Hollow Knife. A very difficult mission, but not really because the Lost are here. And you might think, it's gross overkill to bring out the full A-team. This is nothing but my best soldiers. And I would say that, oh yeah, absolutely, but we're here for experience. We're at the point in the game where it's more about getting experience to go into the final missions than it is about appropriately scaling out resources. I've got like 40 people ready in the barracks. We're not worried about roster depth, we're worried about having the people at the top actually reach Colonel and getting more ability points for the end of the game. To that end, we're bringing Iron Rhino, our aim stack Marine, Black Cat, our psionic medic, and their bond partner. We're bringing Sword Saint, our psionic Templar, and their bond partner, the aim stacked Pounce Marine Dark Horse. And lastly, we have mobility stacked Mercury Hawk and their partner, the aim stacked field support Den Mother. This team is just, you know, the best team I've ever fielded with the best tools a team has ever had. They should be fine. I don't think I have anything to worry about, especially with the Lost here. But I also retreated from the last mission, so I mean, I'm not too confident in that statement. But certainly, with 2 copies of Stasis, even an Omega Berserker shouldn't give this team pause, right? We should have this handled. Anyway, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button while we load in and check my hubris. Alright, we've got an Elite Priest on the data tab, a million miles away it feels like. Have to get through the Overpass first, and we're in the corner of the map. And best news of all, I had the kinetic strike nerfs working. We're down from 18 to 15, which I think is reasonable. That's a pretty substantial nerf. I could lower it all the way down to 12 with the I&I available to me. Personally, I think for tier 3 armor, 15 is a reasonable amount of damage. Although I'm not totally convinced, but I'm fine with this. I'm just happy to have lowered it somewhat. For now, let's start by running Black Cat forward. I can't get up top with her, so I'm just gonna blue move out as far as I can and see what I see. I saw something because I just lost a ton of will. Alright, I saw 3 pods. We need to pull back to avoid pulling. We have a Decanus. What the hell is a Decanus? That cursed stun lancer means there's a warlock in the pod, guaranteed. What's a Decanus do? They have Warcry, love to see it. If this is what I think it is, I might need to add support for it in the Mutons enemy patch. I think this was from Muton Elite, and now I need to do it over again for Muton Decanus instead. It's fine, whatever. Anyway, it has counterattack, intimidates. Really do not stab this man, because he won't even take damage in the first place. Volatile mix, focus rate. You know, standard just pile of Muton abilities. He does the stuff. He does not have salvo, though. That's worth noting. And though he does have cool under pressure, he does not have covering fire, which is the important one. I think we have to go up and then take a big ambush and a turn. I think... Oh, I hit 2 buttons at once. I don't know what's happening. There we go. We're good. So I'm going to run up top to here and pray to God there's not just a random Lost standing there. There's a very thin possibility that shit gets super awkward here. Okay, we're good. Not surprised, but I was worried. I should have moved first here. I realized I could blue move up to the edge, but I didn't. I'm going to have the Assault sprint to here so they can open the door without breaking concealment next turn. And I guess everyone else is just really running forward in general. I'm going to put the Pioneer here. Don't really know where it's going to go. But we're going to set up some sort of Overwatch next turn. I'll be back with you once we're ready. I got eyes while I was running this way. Yeah, just lost over there, I was going to say. Probably some random Lost pod, rather, somewhere or another. Alright, that's everyone up top. I'm not expecting to see anything between turns. They're all going to stay on the bottom level. We're going to find... Weird. He's shooting at the Lost despite it not being his turn. I feel like that doesn't normally happen. It must be because of the mission type. Yeah, because they're able to shoot at the objective. And it's giving them the ability to have the AI trees that let them shoot the Lost like they were civilians. Weird, confusing, but ultimately not important. I think the way we start this is by just moving up into the firing line positions. It won't matter where I go here because I'm going to be bracing. There's a chance I actually want to come all the way over there on my sniper, which I'm not quite able to do. I can use my grappling hook to do it. I'm either going to want to be here on the sniper or on the Marine. I want to move first on somebody who's free to move a second time, right? Like, if I move somebody further down, I want to know that it's not going to be a problem. We're not going to see a third pod. So this is probably the pod I saw last time. They've actually moved down, which is very important to know. I did not realize that would be the case. So we're going to move our Marine to here. That's the best angles we've got on them. And we can just Overwatch trap this turn, because the Advent are going to pull due to the Lost. Oh, nope, there's a pod right here, too. It is fair to say that we're just moving here and bracing on the sniper. That is absolutely guaranteed. Black Cat's moving forward and overwatching for sure. Same plan on Den Mother. I want Synth Soldier on this side overwatched, because they might be using Supernova and going in. And if they aren't, then they'll just be accurate and fine from this position. It seems really unlikely that we run over in Supernova on the right side, because that will almost certainly pull a guard pod from here. So I definitely just want to be running down on this side of the Pioneer for the same potential Supernova that I'm going for on Synth Soldier. I'm going to sprint this way on my Templar for the same reason. It's not safe to be meleeing on the right side. So the question is just, do I overwatch here or do I run right, or left rather, for all the same reasons? I believe it's going to be a sprint left for all the same reasons type of deal on the Assault. Who's going to remote guaranteed in this mission? You know, provided they live. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 99 out of 100 experience is pretty good, though. Anyway, let's see the pull, because it's definitely happening. What's not happening is the frame rate. The frame rate is beyond brutal this mission. Why did my Overwatch even trigger? I just realized that was Pounce, that's why. I realized my Overwatch trap won't work because we have no ambush. So this is actually just me fucking up. There's not even a benefit to the way I played this. It's objectively bad. But now I get to see that's a Muton Prime, huh? And a second pod. That might be the guard pod. On very difficult, I expect 4 pods. So I know there's one more somewhere, and that's far enough away that I don't know that it's the guard pod. Can't quite see his health. It's underneath that lost. 22 health, 3 armor. Not too bad, but the reaction is definitely scary. Oh, there's a Berserker Omega again. Cool. Super cool. And here's that 4th pod I was talking about. Definitely really weird to see all the pods attacking in Fog of War in a mission type. Yet another in the great big list of reasons why we could probably do away with the Lost. Close Combat Specialist doing work. Good to know that the Frost Legion veteran, or whoever that was, has that ability. Thank God Overwatch is getting pulled for me. It makes my life a little bit easier in light of my recent mistakes. So that Overwatch trap I did is just straight up, definitively not a trap. Oh, that's interesting. The Kinetic Strike nerf also affects the Kinetic Strike ability. The Kinetic Strike ability was getting buffed by having the module. So instead of hitting for 20, this hits for 16 now. And that makes me feel like this is actually balanced now. We've gotten down to reasonable numbers. Also, this nerf down to 16 is really hurting. I wish that said 20 quite a lot. I think coming down and punching this Rocketeer is a great way to start. It'll give me my breakthrough actions, which I should be able to use to move and punch again. That seems perfectly reasonable. Let's do it. Let's see if there's anything under the bridge that gets pulled just by taking actions. Squad position compromised. Unsurprisingly, this revealed us. Surprised to see it's only 98%. And also that I'm 1 tile short of having a good move. Do I Burning Rush just to get a better move? Do I Supernova? This Supernova does... It's just 1 tile off of being good. It's not incredible, though. In light of some threats that are around the map, I really wouldn't want to do that. How much does this hit for? 4 to 7? Nowhere near enough. I'll take Burning Rush to get a better Kinetic Strike here. Anyone can kill the Guardian. I'm going to be Kinetic Striking the mech. Yeah, I think that's definitely true. I'm going to run out here with Burning Rush and use Kinetic Strike on the mech. Everyone can kill the Guardian. They're not a problem. That'll get the mech fairly close to dead for someone else to finish off. God, having fair damage numbers on the Fist is so weird for me. I'm just going to run out in this direction. I don't really see a reason not to. Do I overdrive here? My gut reaction is yes, but We don't actually need to. I think I can let a lot of that stand. Especially because, do I have the ability yet? I do. I have rapid deployment on Black Cat. I'm going to pop that. Realize I only have one smoke grenade. I thought I would have more than one, but still, that's good enough. I'm going to drop this on everyone up here to massively increase our safety. Got 8 uses of these med kits, huh? That might be plenty. That might be enough. Den Mother's Gun has a minimum damage of 9, which coincidentally is the number I want to see. So we take out the Advent Guardian almost certainly. I can use Combat Presence first. I could reload someone's gun. Sounds like I should be taking shots on Dark Horse then, huh? Absolutely not shooting Lost. Dark Horse is going to be good at dealing with these people on the right, like this Heavy Grenadier. And you know, seeing as that Heavy Grenadier is actually kind of scary, considering we're all crowded up in the smoke. I'm going to go ahead and just take double shots on the Grenadier. That seems pretty reasonable. I could also AoE suppress. I cannot believe I do not get the Priest here. But I think I do like AoE suppression more. It's just that I might need this cooldown later. This also has a chance to kill. Surprisingly, 0% crit. Why is it 0% to crit? I guess that's just the base crit chance. Black Cat's got a higher crit chance and a higher kill chance. If they miss, it'll be unfortunate, but I think I just start with this and then snapshot somebody else. And then I suppress the Stun Lancer instead. That's unfortunate. I had to get the 1 in 3 to low roll and the 2 out of 3 to not crit. That was, you know, decently likely, but good 5/8 to kill, I think. Why did I say 5/8? I meant forfeits, 80%. I've got a finish here with the pistol. I'm going to go ahead and use teamwork on that, unfortunately. I think it's warranted.
We have nothing to fear.
Because I haven't triggered Raptor's Perch yet, meaning I can get 2 more shots by using teamwork. Quick check, is Raptor's Perch main gun only? It is not main gun only. I can use my pistol to trigger it, meaning it's essentially free bullets, which is something I love to hear, only it's a 95% like this, and it's a 100 like this. So I'll go ahead and remove that 1 in 20 fail chance. An obscene number of bullets going into that man this turn. Then I'll take my last snapshot on the mech to finish them off. You know, I don't know that I'm actually killing the Muton yet. Does that mean I'm planning to use stasis on the Muton? Possibly. Because I definitely think my plan is to suppress the Stun Lancer on the right. That seems pretty reasonable. And then I'm going to reload their ammo with the field support. I don't want to reload Dark Horse's ammo, or sorry, Iron Rhino's ammo just yet. I want to do that next turn, probably.
Reloaded.
Here I want to reposition and put a bullet into the Elite Priest. I'll move closer, even though it's technically a worse position because I don't have the full cover from my Spark, because I want to make sure this is a 100%. 9 to 10 isn't enough to guarantee the Templar can kill, and there's always the chance of stasis, but it definitely, crit for 11 definitely guarantees it outside of stasis. Do I get to know from the F1 what the chance is? Nope, it does not actually tell me the chance of sustain triggering. Although the fact that it's raised as sustained might mean it's 100%, which I don't like. I'm gonna take Lightning Hands on the Advent Guardian before I take the Rend. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. I was expecting you just to wear him down a little bit. I'm a fan of that, though. I don't mind. So I'm gonna Rend down here. I'm pretty sure the stasis is guaranteed based on the fact he has the sustain perk, but it might just be bad tooltips. But then I'll run up into the top of the building and not have to worry about him standing still and shooting me. That also gets me to a full cover position. We're left with Black Cat's second action. Insanity's not a great ability, really. It's a 100 on the Decanus, really. Psi offense, 159. Warlock headgear, doing work. Although we're at 209 against 80, even just the normal max tier Psi amp would have done it. All right, yeah, let's use Insanity, see if we can't make a friend, and if nothing else, we'll disable a threatening unit. Disoriented, mind control resisted. So Disorient is very much not Panic. I thought Panic was the minimum result there. But apparently Insanity is quite bad and you should only ever use it when you're thoroughly in control, which is basically what I did. I just thought it was less bad than it was. I thought I was rolling, you know, to disable or steal, not just to lower aim a little bit. I can probably kill this guy, right? Rage Fist and Axe Throw Shot. I'm assuming Disorient disables Retaliate. I'm actually just going to save and check that. I'm definitely a fan of doing this, but I don't know that it works. It seems like it should. Surely Disorient turns off Retaliate. It turns off many abilities. It's got to turn off Retaliate, right? Yes, good. He does have melee resistance, but we still dealt some damage and shredded his armor, which matters a lot. Melee resistance, unfortunately, will also apply to the... How on earth is that an 86? Because my base aim is only 96. Because there's no range bonus for the axe. Just like there's no range penalty. My partner for this character is the field support, so there's no way to get teamwork down here. I'm not using prep for entry on this. I have Blade Storm, don't I? I don't know why I think that. This character's a baby. They're not even a lieutenant yet. Or sorry, they're not even a captain yet. So no, I don't have Blade Storm. I think I just have to use the axe here. The axe doesn't even deal that much damage, so it's not the biggest deal to lose this resource. Trying to show me up. Like, no, the axe is great, I promise. It's gonna deal all the damage every time I throw it. But Mercury Hawk finally doing assault things and just wrecking balling a unit out of the game. I am going to swing up to here on the assault. Could that pull? Possibly. I'm worried about this guy in stasis, and then the normal guy is down here. I don't know where a good position is, because they can see through this wall as well. I think this has a chance of pulling the Berserker Omega, and everything's great right now. Even if I get shot on Mercury Hawk, right, everything's great right now. And that is not true if we pull the Omega. The tile I want to be in is just mysteriously on fire. Awesome, love it. Thank you, Fiber Giant, for somehow lighting things on fire. I could put him back here. And since they have, you know, ungodly mobility of 20... they can probably just get back in the fight easily enough. It's the only truly safe tile. Next turn, they can finish off the priest. Fine. I don't like it, but I think this is definitely the best thing they can do. We're down to just Synth Soldier. We have a Stun Lancer in vision. I would like them to be in the fog. Yeah, just gonna run forward on Synth Soldier into the fog. I think this also blocks the ladder up with a kinetic strike. So if any lost run up here, I know this one's on fire, but it should make us a little bit safer to lost. Only 67. Oh, you're in high cover? Yeah, like, I guess that could be high cover. It's always translucent from, like, every angle. Yeah, I guess you're in high cover because you're also in a pit. If you insist. I could also suppress the Elite Priest. I don't like that. I could Shred Storm Cannon. It's funny. I don't want to, though. I could Overwatch, expecting to see something moving around. This is essentially a 2 out of 3 to set up the kill on the suppression. I could Rapid Fire. I feel like that's gross overkill. I'm just going to take this shot and end my turn. 2 out of 3 for relevant damage matters, and Overwatch very likely won't matter, so I think that's my best bet. Stasis ends. I'm assuming he's just going to shoot the spark immediately. Alright, weird. Didn't expect that, but thanks. He's shooting more lost. Oh, he shot me! He shot Synth Soldier, that piece of shit! I love that man. This I do not love. I love this so much less. Futon Prime, Commando, Demolisher, and Berserker Omega, and they're here to party.
Got some advent here.
Yeah, you could say that. Apparently the Omega Berserker's pod was back there and they pulled, I think. I'm not really sure what's happening. Yeah, that's what happened. Oh, it's going to be a really messy fight then. It's going to be an exceptionally messy fight. They might all start shooting the device. That's a covering fire Overwatch. You hate to see it, but the lost might help. If the Warlock could just, like, kill some of his own dudes for no reason, I'd really appreciate that. Yep, he sure is a zombie. Can we get on to other things that matter? Yes, I love to see it. Although it makes me feel like I wasted my time shooting him, I really appreciate that. So I think we start this with a Shredstorm cannon from Overdrive to blow up this car, hit the Warlock, and damage the Omega Berserker. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot. But unlike the last time we encountered the Berserker Omega, I feel like we can handle it this time. I've got 2 uses of stasis. There's no way we can't. This team is so strong. There's no way they can't handle it. But at the same time, ruler reactions can get out of hand real fast. Everyone's piling onto that explosive car, aren't they? Anyway, he's down 2 bullets because the Lost are here. What's he actually doing? Stop shooting Synth Soldier, you bastards. I'm glad that's a miss. I didn't want to see this wound. Gonna guess he's shooting Synth Soldier too? No, he's shooting the better one. Thank you.
Combat frame integrity compromised.
No, it isn't. Shut up. You're lying. Your combat integrity is completely fine. Oh yeah, you are a Frost Legion veteran. It's a Frost Legion bomber veteran. It's just a little bit too many words to feel right. Anyway, this Howler does not want to die. So, are we getting back to our turn? No, of course not. We have to watch the Lost run in and die to close combat specialists and Overwatches. A swarm is very close. My first explosive summons a swarm. And I said I wanted to shoot a Shredstorm cannon pretty much immediately. So, we're going to see where the swarm spawns as well before we really get our actions. Our first action is the easiest Overdrive Shredstorm cannon of my life, by the way. Oh, hey, there's more Lost. I'm sure they'll do something, unlike all the other Lost. I will say I do love all these free Mimic Beacons, although that one did cost me an ammo thanks to Pounce. By the way, good job, Dark Horse. I know you mean well and you're doing incredibly, but that wasn't actually helpful. I've given the game a reload, checked hardware monitor. There's nothing that seems to be fixing the performance issues I'm having. Might just be here to stay for the late game. It's very frustrating, but oh well, here we are. What was I doing? I was planning on shooting this and using Shredstorm cannon to blow this up, deal damage to the Berserker Omega. That all seems great. Does that need to be the first thing we do? Or do I want to suppress this guy first. That'll reduce his mobility for every reaction he gets to take. Which means I want to figure out Dark Horse's first action. First, I don't believe this pod is actually pulled. My train of thought's pretty messed up. There's a Guardian in there, whatever, fine, sure. I'm gonna take a shot at the Deathly Marionette. I believe this is the one that sticks around. Or is it the Risen Trooper? I can't remember which one it is. I'm gonna put the Risen Trooper down because I think the ones that are made of energy are the ones that die with the Warlock. I don't know for sure, but that makes a logical sense. Did that pull? No, you're just telling me about them now. Okay, thanks for spooking the shit out of me. Really appreciate that. We're gonna suppress the Berserker Omega. That's very important to reduce its mobility all the way down to 10. Love to see it. Next up, we're going to Overdrive because we absolutely need it. We're looking at Shredstorm Cannon, Rapid Fire, and presumably something else. This is as far over as I can get it to go. Oh, that makes it seem like it was really stupid to shoot the Trooper, huh? Anyway, this is as far over as I can get it to go while still getting the Berserker Omega, so hopefully this is grabbing the Warlock on the other side. They're out of line of sight anyway, so I don't really know. This will clear out the Berserker Omega's armor, deal a good chunk of damage. Looks like it didn't get hit by the explosion or the truck didn't explode. I don't know which. We immediately get the suppression shot, so it's moving twice. Oh, it's not moving twice. Interesting. I can activate Overdrive, use Sacrifice, and Kinetic Strike this guy. And the reason to use Sacrifice is to get into a position where I'm less likely to be hit by having more armor, or more defense rather. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to use Overdrive, and then I'm going to use Sacrifice to defend just myself, and also as a movement action to get adjacent to this guy. And now that I've done that, I'll have boosted my defense up to... I thought Sacrifice did stuff. Yeah, plus 30 defense. It's just not shown. Oh, it is shown. I'm blind, or it took too long to update. I'm not sure which. Anyway, now we will attempt to apply the punch. He's going to try to punch us back. Rock'em sock'em robots. Let's go. He hits... I hit him for 11, but what's he hitting me for? Because I know he's hitting me. And nothing. 20% chance. Let's go. Is there any chance I can hit both? Is my fist wide enough? No. In that case, second punch. God, I love you, Fiber Giant. Oh, he lands the second one, though. Gross. We had additional armor from Sacrifice, so we're still fine. We have a bunch of movement here, but I don't think it's wise to use it. We might reposition to defend our team, though. We can get back in Sacrifice range, maybe. We did not hit the Warlock, unfortunate. I kind of want to just farm the experience here. I could stasis this guy to finish him next turn. Seems probably unnecessary. You're out of bullets, and you're out of position, so this seems like an easy start where we reload Iron Rhino's gun on Den Mother. That part is easy, and we can do that every time.
Reloading.
I want to shoot it with a gun that has 8 to hit minimum, so I actually think I do want to come take the shot here on Den Mother, because she has the only gun that's guaranteed to kill, I think. No, Iron Rhino has 8 to 10, doesn't they? Don't they? Yeah, they have 8 to 10. So this is a guaranteed kill, followed up by a snapshot. I don't need to commit anyone else to this, and Iron Rhino only kills, so I like doing this on them.
Neutralized.
I can snapshot that, but I can also fire a pistol, and with headshot, pistol should be enough. Yep.
Hostile terminated.
We've got a priest back here. There's nothing anywhere near the Templar, and the Templar never had time to meditate. So I'm going to come kill this immediately, and then use my extra mobility from the PCS to get close to my Pioneer. Down to 7 active. Seems good, seems good. I'm going to choose to move here into full cover rather than getting any closer. I've got eyes on this Rocketeer with a 76 and a huge gun. That seems worth doing, I'm going to be honest. Nice. Wait, you were active, right? He looks like he's in cover. I thought he was active. He's active. Good, good, good. If I had a Rashi, I could get to here and take... Oh, it's not a flank shot on him. I'm not sure who this is seeing. I might just be sprinting back up top on the assault. It's not unreasonable. Last action on Synth Soldier, huh? I mean, I can just finish this guy off. That seems perfectly reasonable. Gonna go with that. I was expecting to use rapid fire on the Berserker. Somehow that ended up not happening. Did Synth Soldier even do anything to the Berserker? Yeah, it used Shred Storm Cannon. That's so weird. Noah needs to be repaired yet. Bombard Protocol seems uncalled for, but potentially right, because this guy's gonna have AP ammo. But there's gonna be other people like the Mutons, all of the Mutons right there, so maybe not. Because I've just used the reload on Black Cat, it's probably worth it to take the reload here. I don't think I should actually do anything else. I can no-lance the Warlock, probably. I'm like a tile or two out of range. That definitely makes me want to slide over on the medic. I'm not going to pull, right? I should get a warning when I do? Yeah. So I can slide over to here on the medic and take an Overwatch. And considering the aim PCS and the high ground, it should be a pretty solid Overwatch. Mercury Hawk and Fiber Giant are all that's left. I have Mercury Hawk come up top. I can slash this Lost if I want to. It definitely feels like it's my problem. But it's not. That's just a trick. Yeah, I'm going to sprint up top to here on Mercury Hawk. That just seems like the thing to do. It body blocks the ladder, making the Lost definitively not my problem. Fiber Giant's going to come over. Running this way actually pulls them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blue move back here and come in this direction.
Pathing confirmed.
And that's the best we've got this turn. There's still 7 active, but most of them aren't near us. The Lost are out and about. Wait, the Shred Storm Cannon didn't pull a Lost Swarm. I just realized that in all my performance anger, you can see now why I have performance issues, or issues with my performance, which are themselves Anyway, point being, a car exploded, the Lost is here, that's why all the frames have died. I thought that would happen earlier. Where are they at? The best place spot, maybe? Where are they spawning? Perfect. Love it. And I'll be back with you once things are actually happening, other than frames being killed. I love Pounce, I just wish it were on Advent and not the Lost. Oh, this delayed Lost Swarm that happened because of the random car explosion due to a missed shot actually wasted my Overwatches. That's unfortunate. I'm glad you missed, considering that was a prime and you'd have given him a reaction shot. Also, I'm not really sure why she had an Overwatch, because she should have shot the Lost. And she didn't. Warlock continuing to do warlocky things like you'd expect. And then he killed basically all of the lost. It's been pretty impressive. You would think one of these 65s would miss, but no. You have a Guardian coming in on the flank, but it's also just going for loss by the looks of it. I would like to thank the Lost Swarm for pulling all of the Overwatches. I think they're finally done getting their unlimited headshot Overwatches. I think they killed the entire Swarm. Oh yeah, they are taking cover on an exploding car. That is true. Did you get a reaction to the car exploding that you chose to take cover on? Well, he just moved to new cover, so I guess I'm fine with it, but it does feel a little bit cheap. So I think the plan is the same as with the Berserker Omega. We shoot somebody with Dark Horse, then suppress the Prime because it's going to be getting reactions. This Muton Elite with all the health in the world and who's on Overwatch. Do you have covering fire? You don't. Good. Immune to damage from Berserkers. What? So when a Berserker gets confused and hits people, it can't hit a Muton Elite. That's so incredibly niche and I love it. This guy does have covering fire though, which means he's gonna shoot someone. Joke's on him, his gun basically doesn't deal damage to Fiber Giant. Fiber Giant looks like he has 3 moves and one of them's a reflex action. Yes, because he's getting punched last round. So I can move here to pull that, but that would get shot by the Muton Elite, so I don't want to do that. Instead, what I want to do is use Neutralize Protocol and just use it to cancel this Overwatch. May as well unload the Prime's gun while I'm at it, though. Neutralize Protocol to turn off covering fire Overwatch is so sick. It's such a strong ability. I had not considered this use for it at the beginning of the game, and it's just absolutely nuts that you can do that. Next, we're going to handle this Muton Elite's Overwatch by putting bullets in him straight through his cover. Yeah, it's not necessarily guaranteed, but it's pretty good. I could move down range, shoot from the flank, but I'm going to save that till next turn. We're not quite safe to do that just yet, I feel. 8% chance that I'm not happy. I'll take that. I enjoy the 92% of the time that I'm currently in. And then I'm going to suppress the Muton Prime.
Light 'em up.
Next turn, it's worth knowing that I have to reload that gun. I'd like to do it now if I can get away with it, but I don't know that I can. Considering the amount of enemies, I am down to rapid deploy a Mimic Beacon. Also, welcome to the team, in-game field supports. I love the words rapid deploy a Mimic Beacon. That sounds powerful, doesn't it? I feel like I'm going to reposition this turn, so I may as well resupply ammo onto Dark Horse. Wait, let's check if anyone's gun is currently empty, because if it is, they have to be reloaded. Black Cat emptied every single shot they had during that Overwatch. However, Black Cat's also a medic and a Scion, and I do not need to use their gun this round. And I don't even necessarily need to use their gun next round, so I'm going to go ahead and take the reload on Dark Horse for next turn, and just, we don't need to worry about Black Cat shooting their gun. If they're shooting their gun, we're clearly doing great because we're still conserving resources by shooting the gun. So I do that to get the reposition on Den Mother. I'm not quite sure to where for what. Interestingly, I can't just jump over the edge because it's a car, making it a little bit hard to get down. Well, we're probably moving our assault this turn, right? That seems incredibly likely. I can just push straight to the flank. Oh, that's weird. This thing's not actually full cover on all sides. The corner here doesn't appear to actually be cover. Like, it's full cover from most... Oh, wait, is it not as long as it looks like it is? That's what it is. Okay, so this is the corner of it. You're, like, sort of standing inside of it. I see. So I can move here and shoot him. And then take teamwork from Den Mother to shoot him again. But what does the Muton Prime actually do? I bet he has a bayonet attack, right? Counterattack, Marauder, bayonet. There we go. So he can just immediately bayonet me if I run in. So I don't know that I want to do that, actually. Just like real quick, what are the odds that you just murder this guy, right? Like, Deadeye, 85, it's not that unreasonable. Probably should have just gone for the Frostbite though, right? Yeah, I had a 100% just to make him not have abilities. I'm on a Ghost Grenade, right? Yeah, I keep forgetting about that one. I feel like I have so many toys and I'm so well matched against the fight, but it's really important that I spend them right, and I'm just not quite sure where to start. Fucking A-team problems, isn't it? Alright, surely I should burn a stasis here. No, that's not true. This guy just gets wrecked with one rend. Got a blue move? No, he's too far away. But I love starting with this rend and just dealing with the problem. This Advent Guardian doesn't exist anymore. We got rid of his covering fire Overwatch with the neutralize protocol, put him down, stack our momentum, or our, what are these points called? Focus. Our focus, that's what we stack. Now we need to move so that the Muton Prawn doesn't, like, immediately come stab us when it's his reaction. You know, I thought this building was real. It's not. That's a problem. We can get back here, though, which is pretty safe, it seems. But we're kind of far away. I think I want to get all the way back here so that the Muton Prime is outside of movement range. Oh, you know what? If he runs at me, he'll get killed by the Blade Storm before he gets to me. As long as I deal remotely decent damage, because I've also got the suppression, so I'm not afraid of the bayonet attack there. I'm gonna take my first shot at somebody like the Warlock, somebody who definitely needs to go down and isn't currently dying very much. Don't like that. Sense Soldier, you wanna move down the road a little bit and put some bullets into him? Yeah, I'm out of range currently. But I can easily move in that direction and put some shots into the Warlock. Somebody needs to shred that armor, start working on killing him. I'm gonna be using stasis on this Muton Elite, I think guaranteed. Only a 68. How on earth do you figure? Oh, right, he's in cover. That is a pretty sensible way for him to not have... Yeah, I just thought he was standing in the open. I wasn't registering the pillar somehow. That's okay. I've got solutions for that. Assault, I need your Shredstorm Cannon right now.
I'm trusting you here.
Oh, shit. I didn't pull somehow. We're good. Fucking excuse me? Hi. What are you doing up here? We're just gonna get shot by him, I guess. Oh, the Shredstorm Cannon doesn't actually get rid of cover. Gonna be honest, I think I just need to go deal with the Decanus instead of what I was previously trying to do. Like, this wasn't the plan at all. But we need to hop in here so that we don't, like, trip over the other pod and run to here, prep for entry their grenade, shoot them.
Okay, I'll go.
It turns out that we're busy and we can't take that flank because there's just a dude up here. Anyway, yes, hello, I am the Assault. This is now my flank. You can't be here anymore. I believe it will take a second. 105 aim, you say? I'm guessing... Are you sure that got vision? Because I am 2 tiles away from the edge. Okay, it's fine. Whatever you say, Gabe. Anyway, the 91 is not going to be good enough. We'll need somebody to assist, but that's fine. I believe we actually have teamwork on our field support to get the kill here. So I'm going to move them in the correct direction. And then teamwork. Unless Iron Rhino has nothing else to do. They haven't even shot their gun yet. Iron Rhino is a guaranteed kill on this guy, which I can do with Snapshot after killing somebody else. I'm gonna blue move down and probably throw another Mimic Beacon here. That's just gonna be a reposition back towards the team. You have Supernova. You can't quite get far enough to do crazy shit with it. There's a Muton Commando right there. I think this Supernova might just be necessary, so I'm gonna take this play. Since I've already pulled the pod. Surprised to see Frost Technician Elite not having his armor bypassed by that. Anyway, Thanks for the suppression. Good job, Dark Horse. All right, next up, there's a lot going around. I know that on Black Cat, we're going to be using our blue move. We can't see the Muton Elite, who is currently just in half cover on the side of a truck. Are you certain about that? I mean, I can run to a new position and do it. It's not a problem. I just feel like you're fucking with me. Oh, I see. Black Cat's actually standing back here and the game's glitching out. I'm a tile back from the edge and that's why I'm not seeing it. You know, you'd think that would mean this couldn't have pulled, but okay, if you say so. I'm going to blue move forward like this on Den Mother and see what this Shred Storm Cannon looks like. Because it seems like it could be really good. Its range is just short. I thought it would go like 5 more tiles. I'm just like, it's an ungodly killing machine. It'll hit them all somehow. It's still not bad. This could prevent me from needing to use stasis. But there's so many units just in the fog back there. I think I'm better off using stasis and the Mimic Beacon this turn and trying to line up a better Shred Storm Cannon next turn. Here, I think it's just Bombard Protocol to try to blow up the pillar. Although I don't know that it will, I still think that's the best thing to be doing. Because I know Shred Storm Cannon won't. I say that. Shred Storm Cannon doesn't highlight cover, but neither does this. I'm taking the Shred Storm Cannon and seeing what it does. Also, it hits everyone, which is pretty good. Like, not the priest, but it's hitting the Risen Trooper and the Muton Elite. Let's see what this does. It's a notably better angle than the other one. That animated from completely the wrong direction, but okay. It confused me so much. Now, from here, we have a 100 there. It's not going to kill. 100 there, not going to kill. That kills, but you're not on low ground. That's a priest. You won't actually die. You have too much health. We have a 100% with a 6 damage minimum, so we need somebody to deal 9 damage for that to be a guaranteed kill to get Raptor's perch value. Well, this character's just going to be running forward and probably... We're not going to use stasis. We're probably going to null lance the elite because killing is better than stasising. But seeing as we can't see anything or participate properly from our current position... Oh, right, you have the mind control ability. That's pretty sick. 12 to 15 is a good damage number. I'll give it that. I would like to hold this for next turn. What I could do is stasis with the intent of next turn I run down and then get a null lance through them and to other units. Not unreasonable. I'll come back to that in a second. That needs to die. And it's looking like the only way for Black Cat to get a kill is to just shoot the Muton Decurion. What am I doing? I've been thinking about this for too long. I have a 6% chance to miss here and not get Raptor's perch. I also have a 66% chance to high roll and a 35% chance to crit. There's a decent number of outcomes where this guy doesn't die, in which case I teamwork and shoot him with a pistol. That amount of time where I fail is worth it to me to try to save stasis. And if I fail, then I'm going to have to roll a pistol shot to get the snapshot to shoot the guy up top. But this is the vast majority of time the much better play than anything else I can be doing. Good to see. Glad we managed to roll a kill. Then we have the snapshot for the guy up top, who by all accounts just should not be here and will not be allowed to be here.
Target asset sighted. Target eliminated.
Iron Rhino's an absolute juggernaut of a unit. We have 2 Mimic Beacons down, clear lines of sight to them for the remaining 9 enemies. The real question is, what do we want to do? I love the sound of mind control. The question is just who's the best target. The Warlock allows us to spawn more units. He's a hard target for us to break. But we have like some Frost Mutons with a lot of ablative health. I don't know if he's one or not. I actually think I do want to save this. The Null Lance here is a roll to kill. Don't believe the highlights lies. I could Adrenaline Rush and run further down to get eyes on the bomber. That is the play. There we go. Welcome aboard, a medic run and gun. If you could come get vision on a better target, I wouldn't mind. And now that we have vision on you, our mind control says what about? Why can't I mind control the Frost Legion bomber? I have vision of the Frost Legion bomber veteran. That's why I moved here. Immunity to mental attacks. So the Frost Legion leaders are straight up immune to mind control. Fucking super cool. Love to hear it. Okay, I didn't realize you were a leader unit. That's on me then. I believe this guy, the one in the back, might also be. I don't quite remember the Mutons. I should be able to double-click it to preview movement, I think, and then see what its abilities are. I think we're in a position where it's probably just correct to stasis the Bomber Veteran and go for the mind control next turn on one of the better mutants. I'm not 100% convinced this is the play, but it certainly isn't bad. And my Assault has a move. I could obviously grab the loot with it, but that seems pretty decisively incorrect. I think I'm just gonna run forward a tiny bit, seems super reasonable.
Yes, that'll be okay.
Rage Suit Panic, let's go. I wasn't even aware you'd have line of sight to that. Lit himself on fire to get a shot at the Mimic Beacon, love to see it. I think we might be completely out of Mimic Beacons. I think we brought 2 and we use them both this turn. We do have a Ghost Grenade though, so we can make some dangerous plays still. Instead of moving into vision to get mind control, he's just shooting the objective, which is probably a much better play. Can't really fault him for that. Congregation just spamming all the priest, huh? Just really frustrating pile of enemies. This might be the lost mission we've had that had the least lost interaction of any mission I've played so far. That Warlock has resurrected so many units. It's actually silly. Just take a step over towards Sword Sand. It'll be great. Mimic Beacons doing their job, preventing actions that would otherwise scare the shit out of me. Priest doing his job, just spamming Holy Warrior in the corner, doing literally nothing. I don't even know what Psyguard is, but I guess I'm about to find out. He has 2 armor now. Presumably it did more than that, but I didn't quite get to see the rest of it. Survive it on 1 health, stealing another action from their team. Love to see it. Oh, their team's out of actions, actually. Never mind. Oh, there wasn't even a lost phase. They're all dead right now. I'm looking at Overdrive Serum and going in. I'm definitely very aware that prep for entry with the Rage Suit doesn't work that well with Overdrive Serum because I've got like 1 inventory slot after Overdrive Serum, and I have to choose between a grenade or a vest, and it's like, oh, I don't like that choice. That's the real weakness of the prep for entry build, is needing the grenades to be carried on your soldier. I think I should have a pretty good Shredstorm cannon from down here. I mean, I probably have a pretty good one from up top. Like, they're just guys right here. Not as good as I would like it to be. That one's looking better. Taking a look at all of my rend targets over here. I can help bring down the Warlock. That's going to be the best I've got on the Templar. Unless this fuse is hitting something crazy, I can detonate the Warlock's explosive. Not the biggest deal. I can Teamwork Dark Horse. That's probably pretty solid. Teamwork Dark Horse into fuse. That sounds good. That sounds very, very good. Unfortunately, our damage here does not look anywhere near high enough because of the damper field. I'm going to take this shot and roll, then I'm going to shoot the Advent Warlock. We're just going to put a... That is an unfortunate... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's an unfortunate low roll because we didn't trigger sustain. I'm going to take another shot on the Warlock before taking an AoE suppression. We really would have liked to see that damage distributed the other way that turn, but oh well. We take Teamwork here. Not Stasis. Very different abilities. Take Teamwork here onto Dark Horse. Bond's actually doing work. Feels like the first time all campaign. I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared of missions at this point in the game. I'm not sure people who aren't the A-team are properly equipped for the shit I'm seeing. Suppress the Warlock, Tech Elite, and Priest. I don't need to reload the gun for that. Then we focus on dealing with all the other stuff on my other units. I can grapple the loot. Not exactly the thing I was looking to do. I'm gonna reload Dark Horse's gun so I can move to Iron Rhino and reload their gun.
Ready to rock.
It's wild that, like, as much effort as I put into making Den Mother better, it's still super normal for their best thing. It's just like, yeah, reload Dark Horse and Rhino. Anyone can do this job. They're really important units. They're both basically emptying their gun every turn. Keep that shit going.
Good to go.
I don't really want to move you back down, to be honest, because I want you next to Rhino. I'm probably going to keep them there. The Bomber Veteran's just a problem with his Frost Shields at this point. We are bypassing them, so I guess that helps, but still. Since when does the ice shield just massively reduce incoming damage? Because apparently the game's quite unclear about what my actual damage output is here. Damage 5 to 6. He has 10 health. So even with a crit, it's not going to kill him. But with a second action after this, we can get something done. God, Damper Field is so frustrating. So if you fail to kill them, the game gets confused and dumps the shields into their real health sometimes. Well, that fucks up my plan quite a lot. So what's happening here is that I am just still derusting from my massive vacation from XCOM, and as a result, I misremembered blue screens as bypassing shields for things like tech bursters, also bypassing shields for frost units, which are vulnerable to electrical damage, but that's not what blue screens are. And the waters get real muddy, but this is how it's all supposed to work. There was just a display error where it initially showed damage to health. It's not the bug I thought it was at all. I'm just big dumb. We're definitely still doing the part of this where I cast Inspire on Dark Horse. That definitely, or on Rhino rather. That's definitely still very good. But the rest of the shots aren't anywhere near as clear now. It sucks because this isn't going to kill, but I just need to get this priest dead eventually, which means I have to trigger a stasis. It's all the attack is doing. Congregation's just deeply frustrating at this point in the game because there's so much stasis I have to get through. Going to reload my gun because this is the gun that automatically crits against psionic units. Crit 150%. Yeah, that seems good. Out of here, loser. I wasn't actually expecting to kill because the crit damage is pretty weak, but it did. I'm going to drop down to here to use a better Shredstorm Cannon into position for the next turns. Does Overdrive Serum last for 2 turns? It does. I'm going to use this just to gain armor in case somebody makes a crazy aggressive play on the Mercury Hawk. And this is exactly what I was hoping for. We have the Destroyer, the Veteran, and the Priest all in the Shredstorm. Not the Demolisher, unfortunately, but, I mean, he's just literally in the corner of the map behind multiple layers of walls, which we're slowly clearing out. I believe on Synth Soldier, I'm going to run down and put bullets into the Frost Tech Veteran, or Frost Tech Elite, rather. That seems solid to me. It won't kill, but it will get it low enough that Dark Horse might be able to finish them. And now with it that low, they absolutely can finish them. I get the reposition. I can't reach the high ground, though. So I want to move over here. It seems reasonable to do so. And again, we don't want to move Den Mother, so that'll be it for this turn. All right, let's see it. Burn for 3 is not what I was expecting, but I'll take it. Dodge grazed, huh? Unfortunate. Weird play. That's what I was expecting out of Dark Horse, though. Dark Horse did their job. Demolisher still just shooting the objective. Hopefully it's got a lot of health left. I can't tell. Who knows how much life it has? Probably around 35 to 45. But I've got no idea. Oh, look at this priest. He's such a team player. He cured the Muton Destroyer's panic. Actually, he cured everyone's everything. That's a massive area of effect around him. There were a ton of pop-ups on the right when he did that. Well, look at that. The Destroyer's back to full health, and now he's eviscerating a computer. Here comes the priest in the corner. Oh shit, he's using my strategy. He knows what to do. He's got the strats. Huh. Well, considering that was only 3 damage, I'm not too upset, but I don't like Black Cat taking damage. I wasn't paying attention when that guy started his turn. I don't know what he did. You can say resilience all you want, but if you get touched by anyone, you're going down. Yeah, like that. Alright, Black Cat's virtually fine. The Frost Legion Bomber Veteran is a bit of an issue, but we should be fine. Your cooldowns will have been coming back while you were shut down. Not quite to Burning Rush or Overdrive, I see. That's unfortunate. But Kinetic Strike is back. 93% to kill, huh? I'll take it. Definitely the most problematic unit that I can actually get my hands on.
Combat damage sustained.
Joke's on me. I was not expecting to take damage there. Really should have F1'd him, but as it multiple times throughout this fight, I've just gotten absolutely wrecked by not F1'ing that unit before committing to plans. Anyway, please kill him. It's nice to have Fiber Giant back in the action. Rhino's got a 100 on the Destroyer in the back. I really don't see a single good reason not to take that shot. Like, I know it's probably not killing him, I'm probably not getting Raptor's Perch, but everyone has so much health that I'm just probably not getting Raptor's Perch ever anyway. I'm gonna drop down to here on the medic, and I should be able to use Shadowfall to finish off the Destroyer, as well as go back into stealth and guarantee Black Cat's wounds don't get too bad. Damn right. And Damper Field is finally gone. We have a Priest here with 10 health. We don't hit for that much. What about Lightning Hands? 43, but we can just do it in a different order. Get right up next to him and then do it. 100 now. That's a much better number. Oh! Apparently you've used stasis before. That's unfortunate. That guy has 12 health. I'll need some help to bring him down. Wouldn't you know it? Your bond partner is the help you need. Oh, I'm not in range, you say. I could do this. I don't think that's the right plan. But I can also do this. That seems like the right plan. Let's get into position on Dark Horse. God, it's so nice to have the Icarus armor on your Marine. It's the biggest quality of life upgrade in the game. That's required to get him down this turn. And then I suppress the Muton on the left. Nice crit. Still not dead, unfortunately, but very nice crit. We take the suppression on the left side for the Muton Demolisher. Make sure he doesn't get up to anything too wacky. My Templar is going to finish this off. Maybe I should have done it on the right to reposition around to this pillar. Oh, you're dead. Maybe there's a saying it isn't 100%, because I feel like I definitely didn't kill both of those guys already. Anyway, I have so much ability that I can just go wherever I want. I'm going to choose to go all the way back to here. Just to make sure we don't stack up for any grenade shenanigans. I can move here and chuck a smoke onto Dark Horse. I don't think that that's a thing in XCOM 2. In XCOM 1, if you suppress something, they almost always shoot back at you. I don't think XCOM 2 has that same AI loop, so there's no point in suppressing Dark Horse. I think I'm just going to be sprinting forward here, in which case I should be reloading guns to do it. I'm going to reload Rhino's gun. I'm going to grapple the loot because I realize this button's still active, which means the loot hasn't gone yet. And I guess I have time to do it. Elerium Core, Bipod, Alloys Cache, nothing crazy. We'll just get a little bit closer to the action. Synth Soldier. Fiber Giant could probably use a repair. If I come down like this, I can see Fiber Giant, and it'll be harder to see Synth Soldier. What I'm worried about is that by trying to heal Fiber Giant, I get destroyed on Synth Soldier instead, and it's just pointless. Oh, there we go. What I actually do is I run forward with Supernova. This gets the Demolisher down to an actually reasonable range, and it means Synth Soldier will never be targeted because they've stunned themselves, and that means they'll get ignored. So this is the way to keep Synth Soldier completely safe while still actually contributing to the fight. It doesn't make Fiber Giant any safer, but it does make the fight end way... Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Just don't deal the damage, it's cool. You are most definitely not immune to Shutdown, as evidenced by the fact that Shutdown just hit you. I'm just deeply confused by all the pop-ups on my screen during that. None of that was correct. Good job, Dark Horse. I'm glad somebody's doing their job. Oh, we're still at 38 on the objective. We're doing great. We're fine. You can't soul mend his ablative health back, so we're fine. Most of that shot still counts. Right, quick question. If I run forward over here, I've seen Solace try to work on this before, and it says it does, and then it doesn't actually happen. Like, I clear the shutdown, but I've already lost the actions. Is that correct? Yeah. But I've still got Fuse, and you've still got a grenade. I should have checked what kind of grenade it was. It seems to have been a good one. I have 2 shots here, and that's the number of shots I want to put into the Demolisher, so that's great. That works out perfectly. Just keeps gaining damage every time I touch him. Not that I'll get to shoot his gun ever again. Dark Horse is so strong. This whole team is just so strong. If I had sent the B team, I don't know that we could have done this mission. I'm really nervous about the level of endgame units. Part of that's just the low ranks of my army in general as a result of grossly overstepping the necessary nerfs on the 8-man squad stuff, but part of that's just that late game enemy mods are fucking scary. What, another grapple loot? Oh yeah, that one. I don't really feel like you should be able to see it from here. Like, if that were a person, I'd be upset that you could see them. I'm just gonna run forward and take the shot on the priest, probably. I can't see them. In that case, I'll take combat presence onto Send Soldier. Because it turns out they have all the bullets in their gun for a rapid fire. Which we haven't had to use all mission somehow. Okay, yeah, so sustain is not guaranteed to go off even on the highest level one. Although sustain is very clearly worded as an absolute thing, it's still a chance at the highest rank one. Really smooth mission. Soldiers wounded 3, yeah, both Sparks and Black Cat. View mission debriefing. 6 kills, 104 damage dealt, landed all 10 of their shots. Great performance out of Rhino. Black Cat didn't have the best shot accuracy, but they did use stasis once and not actually use mind control, I don't think. You know, Black Cat probably could have been better utilized in that mission, but I liked the smoke grenade a lot. I felt like they were doing good things, and they could have done more if I had played better. Sword State not getting the best chance to perform, that's just the nature of melee units, but still having access to stasis, they did a lot of work. They made me feel a lot safer. Dark Horse earning that fucking MVP, landing 100% of all 26 shots they fired, getting 7 kills and 113 damage. Dead Mother didn't do very much, but they threw the mimic beacons, and that counts for a lot. And they reloaded the guns. Let's be real here. Like, the incredible performances on Iron Rhino and on Dark Horse are at least in part as a direct result of this bad performance on Dead Mother. Dead Mother is a force multiplier for the team, and they're absolutely doing it. These bad numbers don't show how good they are. Mercury Hawk, like, felt good for an assault for a little while. They had 2 different turns. I was like, yeah, doing assault things, getting work done. And then I get to the end screen, it's like they got 1 kill and dealt 40 damage. And it's like, oh, I thought you were doing good. I thought we had the thing. I thought we were doing it. We were using Rage Strike and throwing axes, and apparently we just didn't do anything. That sucks. Fiberjot getting 102 damage, 4 kills. Not the greatest numbers out of a Pioneer All campaign, but definitely doing a lot of work. Send Soldier, same story. Like, definitely a huge impactful member of the team, but we're at the point of the game where the A-team carries are actually better units than the Sparks. It's just they aren't as front-loaded as the Sparks. The Sparks charge in and a unit dies, so they supernova, or they eat the incoming fire. They do these things that no other unit does, but the overall output of them is actually lower than people like Dark Horse and Iron Rhino, which is crazy. Hey, we finally got some promotions. Sword Saint going up from Captain to Major. We get the new options of Reanimate, which is wonderful. The more Mimic Beacons I've got, the safer I am, and that's just another Mimic Beacon. Arcwave now makes Rend a, you know, sort of AoE ability, not really. It doesn't deal very much damage. I don't know how I feel about that. Exchange is super cool. It allows them to essentially create flanking positions. The biggest thing this does is let them work really, really well with assaults, give them more actions, essentially. That's an easy reanimate, and I don't think Exchange is worth the AP right now, though I definitely intend to buy it eventually. Coming over to Mercury Hawk, they're making it the Captain. Sweep and Clear is very, very nice. We have plenty of ways of stunning and disorienting. Namely disorienting, it's called Suppression and Grenades on anyone with concussion grenades. So that's not bad for getting the extra attack. Rolling Warrior is pretty nuts though. It lets you Rage Fist in and then shoot them 3 times with a run and gun. I'm gonna pick Roving Warrior. However, Relentless is also just really good. If you can finish it off with a melee attack, that means you're going to get an extra action. I think Roving Warrior is the best of the lot, and while both of these are good and worth something, my AP is too valuable right now to spend it on these things. And they're both lightly wounded, not a big deal. From the mission, nothing particularly special in the loots, but 114 intel is greatly appreciated. We're low on scientists, huh? Thanks for the heads up. What do you want me to do about it? Now, before I can possibly forget, I'm going to spend 15 XCOM AP buying efficient targeting so that it no longer ends my turn. That is just so important for being able to contribute to the output when we have like a great Archon and it's got 30 defense and we have to do it. Being able to use this as a blue move and then do something else in my second action is very, very nice. Having both that multi-targeting might be worth buying now, but I'm not going to spend the AP on it just yet. Bond training is already occupied, but we do need to throw both these people back in the tank. Sword Saint definitely can continue training, but I believe since Black Cat is injured, she's not available. She's out for 5 days. I would have to give up 7 days of training on her to get Sonic Serenade unlocked, or I would have to give up how much for Big Large? I would have to give up even more for Big Large. I'd have to give up 8 days for him. It's actually a really hard decision whether or not I should keep this open for Black Cat or give up a week on Black Cat to make sure that Sonic Serenade gets graded. I think it's worth it because Sonic Serenade might end up being a member of the A team, in which case this is just completely efficient use of my time. It's also making my B team substantially stronger, so it's worth it in that regard as well. This is just fake news. Don't worry about that button. It's just a joke. We have a Special Forces mission for a soldier. No, thank you. What I want is Avenger power. And as we land, we finish a covert. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, that's a super normal enemy. I love seeing that. Hello, Chrysalid Wraith. What do you do? It has the Chameleon Death Slash. So I believe this is the Chameleon Mark II from the code based on that. Yeah, it has the same stuff as the Chameleon, except it's better when it attacks from concealment. It has better stats. 23 mobility, huh? 30 dodge? Lightning reflexes? Not that you get to shoot reaction shots against chameleons anyway? Yeah, of course. That's fine. That's all cool. That's fine.
On the move.
We're gonna hope that doesn't decide to run at us, because we can't really do shit if it does. In and out, quick 2-minute ambush. Love to see it. All right, we can attack the hunter whenever we want. Considering I just used the whole A team, I probably won't be doing that just now, but it's good to know that I have the mission unlocked. I'll probably be doing it relatively soon, but I don't really feel like I'm in a rush for it. Also, Flagship Inferno got promoted, got more ability, and additionally, I'm not doing any covert ops right now, which is a little bit weird. I'll be taking Roving Warrior, exact same reasons as I did for Mercury Hawk. None of this is really worth it for A-team soldiers stacking anything. Modular sniper rifles, that's an interesting idea. Don't really think it matters too much. 16 days, I don't care about the aim stack. On the whole, I don't think any of that's worth my time. I'm gonna keep on scanning, get the supply drop. We got our first Guerrilla Up failed all campaign. However, we also completed 5, contacted new regions, installed radios, got new techs, did covert ops, did proving ground projects, and successfully killed the last ruler, the queen. So I can take it. Hunter's talking a lot of shit considering all the dead people. What does Sentinel mean? Oh, that's just the name of it. I thought it was the name of an ability he got. Anyway, the combat training sounds like a good time to kill him. That's coming through. We don't want Infiltrator. We don't want that on every mission. We have the ability to reveal this, and the events are actually dangerous, so I will. High alert isn't actually the biggest deal. It's definitely inconvenient, but also I have access to the Ghost Grenade now, so I can completely negate this if I want to. I would like to stop it, but it's not urgent. If I get a mission like I did for Major Breakthrough, I can afford to give up. And I see no reason to change what I've been doing. This all looks right to me still, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going. Wait, what? Oh, I've got an empty slot. I can't really see it because it's down there. There's a scroll window. Yeah, I should go ahead and assign something there, huh? Intel rewards, I guess? I don't really need supplies, facility construction speed. Actually, we're currently bottlenecked on facility construction speed for ending the game. Like, theoretically, we could just go straight for Waterworld as fast as possible on the basis of going now with our lower rank sucks, but it might be safer than staying in and taking these crazy missions. So I'll go ahead and do this, even though it's not necessarily obviously correct. It might be good. And it'll get me more information going into missions. That's just valuable. Another 300 supplies. We're rolling in money. Let's finish up this Avenger power upgrade. And now it's time to figure out what to do the hard way. We don't need that. I guess I go for the soldier. We go to the black market. I'm gonna go through all of the laggy screens, sell everything, come back with $1 million. They want our Biozerker corpses and our dragon rounds. They can have our bedded stocks though. You know what? Thinking about it, this is actually good on my marine now that I can shoot twice in one turn, right? Like, who cares about a minus 5% aim on reaction shots against other targets when I'm already aim stacked to hell? It's only reaction shots anyway, it's not even normal shots. The issue is the bonus is so minor that I would usually prefer other upgrades. Like, right now it's just scope expanded mag, and I think that's genuinely just better. I have enough money that I refuse to scroll through the lagging menu. Let's see what we can buy. Apparently we haven't researched the Biozerker yet. I did not know this. Oh, you can buy multiple advanced expanded mags in one buy. I did not know that was a thing. Unfortunately, I don't want any of this. I'll buy Jacobson, because I may as well. But other than that, none of this matters to me. Oh yeah, we have new covert ops. I should probably look at them, huh? We'll send out our worst soldiers to pick up these ability points. No reason not to. So we're sending out Crying Wolf and Blast Dynamo to pick up ability points.
Don't worry, Commander.
Exhausted training for a promotion is absolutely worth doing on somebody in the A-team. Right now, no one's available other than Iron Rhino, and Iron Rhino will get Colonel by just repeatedly shooting people. It's fine. Oh, their weakness actually isn't even a weakness, by the way, because they're never going on Overwatch. But I absolutely will make a note to do exhausted training later, even though it's not useful now. Picking up a superior weapon upgrade, and may as well send that. We got Gothic Toaster and Lunatic Supernova going for this mission. Oh boy, I've had a breakthrough for the UFO defense facility, because I'm totally going to be hunted this campaign. That's a thing that can happen. We'll pick up another superior PCS, no reason not to. I could send Mercury Hawk to get more mobility, but they're so low ranked that I can't imagine ever thinking that's the right decision. And I actually feel like I need to stop and think, like, are they ever going to hit the max rank? So I was thinking about scrapping the assault from the final team because there's just no high ranked assault. But I just realized I can get them to major. I need to get 40 experience in the next 21 days. That's doable. And then send them on the covert op we were just talking about to get them to Colonel. Just skip the entire major rank. I think that's the only way it'll happen. So I'm absolutely not sending them for this. And honestly, there's no one I even really care about doing this on. Like, it just doesn't really matter. I could send Dread Mechanism to get bonus mobility on him. I don't see myself needing him for missions. If I send out any sort of infiltration, I'll want to send him down. I'm just going to go ahead and put the mobility on my Baby Reaper here. Seems reasonable. So we're sending out Rampant Mystery and Careless Rambler to pick up his superior PCS. And it looks like that'll be all we're doing for covert ops. And now it's time to pick up a soldier, because, like, what else am I doing? So we get back to scanning. Bond training complete. Let's go see what else we can do. Oh, there's a new assault mission, by the way. Which one is this? Delay Dark Event, so it's not one of the old ones, it's the new stuff. High Alerts. That's something I really want to get rid of if I can. How much time do I have before this goes away? 3 days. How much time is left on the Shadow Chamber? 2 days. I'm going to finish the Shadow Chamber first so I can see what's on the mission. I think that's actually a reasonable thing to do. Mercury Hawk and Den Mother have the next bond level available. I would rather send them on missions. I need them going on missions because Mercury Hawk needs to get experience. I'm not doing that. To that end, because I need so much experience on Mercury Hawk, it might be correct to send the mission now with no information as fast as possible. Just push him straight into Shaken. It depends on how close to getting out of Shaken he is. If Mercury Hawk is about to get back to full will and they're not going to get shaken from the mission if I wait, then I would love to wait. Otherwise, it's time to mission immediately. Mercury Hawk's at 40 of 55. Given 2 days of rest, I don't think that will dodge Shaken, which means I should just send them on the mission. All right, I'm going to do this mission immediately then. There is reason to send this, but because of my plans with Mercury Hawk, I'm specifically sending this immediately. Air patrols is definitely scary, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Lightning Strike is completely irrelevant. Doesn't help me at all. The one wounded unit I have that I cannot bring is Black Cat. It hurts my soul. So we have a lot of the same team we just sent out coming again. Iron Rhino's going to sit this one out and wait for Black Cat for the next mission. Considering we know we have air patrols coming in, I think for the last 2 soldiers, it would make a ton of sense to bring people who have proximity mines. Although at this point in the game, proximity mines kind of not that relevant, and I would rather just stand these 2 assholes inside of the drop pod, right? That seems better. We could bring out Carbon Mile. That's not the worst idea, and then just bring a strong unit in general. Oh, right, yeah, the whole point of this is I'm supposed to be repeatedly missioning Mercury Hawk, so we should probably just bring out these guys. So yeah, it's another full A-team roundup, but instead of sending out Iron Rhino and Black Cat, we're downgrading. I can't believe I'm saying this. We're downgrading to Regal Dawn and Depressed Draugr, which, like, probably the only pair of units in the game that are stronger than these 2 are Black Cat and Rhino, but they're no fucking slouches. Let's get them geared out. I want to pop over to build items. There's a couple of things that I think I want right now. I want another... Oh, I can't even quick build them, can I? I was gonna build a second Black Eye Skulljack so I could have 2 guys just zap something and remove all of its actions, but I can't do that. I would have to get a Proving Ground project for that. I'm gonna go queue that up now so I can do it in the future, because I'm gonna forget about this whenever I go back to the Proving Ground in the future. But in 18 hours, we're gonna start another Black Ice Skulljack so that we can stack them across multiple units next time, just for like the weirdest, most fucked up, scuffed version of Stasis imaginable. There were some other things I wanted to make earlier though. Specifically, I think I want more, not Bio Viper scale vests, just Bio Nano scale. Oh shit. I need more Advent Bio Assault Trooper corpses for that. I actually can't make more. Well, never mind then. The Destroyer vest might be worth building though, because Damper Field is a free action that's very good for tanking. And I'm gonna go ahead and build a Destroyer vest since I can't build what I wanted to build. Yeah, the Destroyer vest isn't quite as good at tanking as the Bio Nano scale, but it gives you fucking Damper Field, which, reminder, is a flat 50% reduced damage. And like, it can be penetrated by melee, fire, acid, poison, and psionics, but still, that's incredible. I'm also immune to explosives now, so that seems pretty good. You'll notice I have all the inventory slots in the world on Depressed Draugr. It's a little bit silly. Speaking of a little bit silly. And additionally, because this is a untimed mission, I'm planning on just fully loading everyone with AP rounds before we get started and taking my time, which means we have more inventory slots than normal and I don't know what to do with them. I'm actually going to put the Ghost Grenade on my Marine, and I feel like I just don't have a reason not to use a Mind Shield. Oh yeah, Bio Nano scale vests, there we go. Make them safer, because you are the pride and joy of XCOM. You need to be kept alive. Speaking of needing to be kept alive though, that's very true here as well. I really wish I could make at least one more Bio Nano scale vest. I could make another Destroyer vest, though, that Draugr could just pop Damper Field and run into the enemy team and play super recklessly. In which case I'd probably give him Overdrive Serum too. I don't mind having more grenades on this unit. That seems perfectly reasonable. So I'm gonna make another Destroyer vest, put that on for Damper Field. Then I'm also gonna pick up the Overdrive Serum for that free action. And suddenly I can tank on this soldier if I can just find where I put the Overdrive Serums. There it is. And because it's so unlikely for this soldier to throw a normal grenade, I'm gonna go ahead and give them the Incendiary Bombs to hard counter anything I see out of Frost Legion. And I'm also making the decision that the Plasma Boltcaster on Denweather won't be a problem because I'm not gonna be shooting guns very often. After watching the last mission, and with someone who's even more ammo hungry in the form of Depressed Draugr, I think my best choice is actually put the Disruptor Rifle here. Yes, I lose a bullet for suppression, but I'm not actually losing any damage since I'm a tier above, and I'm getting the guaranteed crits on any sort of psionic units. I think it's absolutely worthwhile, and it lets me do something very, very unique. I can take the Superior Bipod for even more range, which is super, super cool, and I love the idea of it. Advanced Expanded Mag, of course. And last but certainly not least, what do you mean basic scope? I've used all my advanced scopes, are you sure? Draugr's got one, and the mech's got one. I think something's missing. Oh, it was on the cannon I just unequipped. That'll be the issue. Yeah, there we go. All right, I think this is the team and the gear, and I'm looking forward to buying my third row of abilities on Depressed Draugr. Speaking of, I'm absolutely down to spend AP right now if anyone's getting a meaningful bump from it. I don't think I would be on Sword Saint. There's no way High Caliber is ever worth it on a unit that took Banish. Squad Sight's just not important to me at the minute. Hawkeye for the scouting range is actually pretty nice, but I don't think it's worth it. I could take Tactical Rigging, and that would give me potentially a second use of Damper Field if it's limited, same with Overdrive Serum, and more Incendiary Grenades than I know what to do with, which would be very funny, but it doesn't really seem necessary. The thing I'm really looking at here... it's only for your Ripjack though, I was thinking it was for my gun. Yeah, no, none of this seems necessary on Draugr either. I've already bought everything else. You know what? I think it's absolutely worth it to buy combat conditioning on Dark Horse. That mobility and aim will definitely be noticeable. I had a lot of shots that are like 88s or 92s last mission. They get way, way less likely to fail with the combat conditioning. I really appreciate that. It's so close to being worth it to spending the AP on Relentless. Because the idea is I Rage Strike, I run and gun, shoot, shoot, shoot. That's gotta kill at least one person. Once I have Arashi, I can't imagine Relentless isn't worth it. Wait a second. If I have a turn-ending attack on a disoriented guy, and I have Relentless, so it's a melee turn-ending attack, do I get 2 actions if I have both of them? And if I don't, then what you want to do is you Relentless swing one guy, then you shoot the disoriented guy, and you get 3 attacks like that. It's a little bit harder to manage. If I had Arashi, I would take Relentless right now. But I don't, and 25 AP is a lot at the minute. We're so far from having the AP to spend on all of this stuff. We're not taking Reposition Ally. Multi-targeting is too niche in use. I'm not going to spend any AP, and that means that this is the final team loadout, Operation Electric Grave. If there's ever been a place for the A-team to squad wipe, a Grave Operation is the name you would give to it, but I still feel pretty damn confident. It's been a long, long time since anyone except for Mercury Hawk on this team has let me down. These units are all incredible, and I'm looking forward to the next mission. I hope you are too. But that'll be all for now. Thank you for watching, and a huge thank you to my one Patreon supporter and the modding community that makes this sort of thing possible. See you in the next one.